Today I'm going to be doing the Get to Know Me tag. Thank you, Tommy, for choosing me, and let's begin.
What is your name?
My name's Joshua Ruben Osei.
Why were you given that name?
Because Joshua's an awesome name. It's Hebrew for salvation, so that's the thing.
What are your nicknames?
Back in high school, I was nicknamed Long Arms. Other nicknames. Josie, as in, it combines my first name and my last name, so Josei, so Josie. Yeah, I think that's it. Those are my only two nicknames.
When is your birth month and day?
I am born on February 7th. Yeah. Woo.
How tall are you?
I am 5'10".
What are you allergic to?
I am allergic to nothing because I am unstoppable.
Do you have or have you had any body modifications?
No. Never has this body been modified at all. No piercing, tattoos, nothing that can be seen with the visible eye.
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I am right-handed, which should be right because, you know, when you record, it may, and yeah, it's right. Just in case it appears on the left, it's my right.
What is the story behind one of your scars?
Oh, one of my scars. Okay, so back when I was a wee little lad, I decided to go over to my friend's house when their parents weren't home, jump the gate, go in the backyard, and play with their dogs along with them. They had a mom and a dad chow and a couple of babies. I was playing with the babies when all of a sudden the big daddy chow just comes up and just gnaws me. He gnaws my arm off pretty much. And it got so bad to the point where I was just bleeding everywhere. I remember there was a lot of blood, flesh. And the worst part about this was when I was rushed to the paramedics, they were kind of afraid of putting me to sleep because then they thought like I'd go into shock or I wouldn't wake up. So I had to stay awake. I had to stay awake for all my stitches. Ended up getting around 400 to 500 stitches in my leg. It was that bad, and I had to stay awake for that, and that will always stay with me. Right here. Yeah. That's that leg.
What's your most favorite thing about your body?
My most favorite thing about my body. My face. I love my face. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. I use it to, you know, approach people, say hi, greet, see it in the mirror from time to time. Gets me by. That's me. Yep.
How many are in your immediate family? What's the relation to you?
Including me? 2. My mom, who's obviously my mom, so there's that. That's how I'm related to her. I came out of her. Yeah, that's it.
Who do you live with?
My mom. You know, she's my mom.
Do you have any pets?
No. I did have a dog though. Her name was Maggie. She was a golden retriever. Maggie ran away when I was a kid. At least, that's what my mom said. Maybe I was too young to take care of it, so she was just like, just gave it away. I don't know. That's a story. At first, when I was a kid, I wanted a wolf, because, you know, I'd watched the movie Balto. And then I wanted a dragon, because dragons are cool. But now, I guess I'd want a wolf still. A wolf would be pretty tight. So have it like guard my house.
What are your thoughts with your current living situation? Do you love it, hate it? Are you moving soon?
My current living situation, I love it, but I'm probably going to be moving soon.
Are you single or taken?
Single or taken? I would say single. Yeah, single.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
I mean, you kind of took a while to respond.
I'm single. Yeah.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yes, I believe in love at first sight.
Do you believe in soulmates?
This is a very deep question. Very deep. No. I don't think anyone is completely destined for one another. You just basically have to open up and just like allow people inside your life to actually become one with you. Rather than just say, oh, that person's going to be there, we were destined to meet. Just things are completely coincidental these days, so just say, or just be set on one path, it's kind of dumb because you haven't even seen most of the world yet. It's my 2 cents.
Do you believe in kissing on the first date?
If the girl says yes,
Who should pay on the first date?
I think guy should be. Well, no, not guy. I think it's honestly, with a date, a date's more of like an invitation, basically. You're asking the person to come out with you, like, for a certain amount of time, you know, like as an activity. So, you know, you want this person to like not have to worry about anything. So, I mean, unless it's like something like very, very expensive, then yeah, but, you know, a guy should pay on the first date. Or whoever invites first should pay on the first date. Better state.
Who should make the first move?
Guy. Most of the time it should be a guy, because in the way girls work, most of the time they just play along and they try to guide the guy in order to like actually make the first move, but the guy, he's never fully sure because then girls complicated, so the guy's like, oh, should I kiss her, should I not, should I? So it just becomes this whole, do I do it or do I not do it type of ordeal.
Do you like pursuing or being pursued?
Pursuing. It's kind of fun.
Have you ever been caught masturbating?
No.
Do you kiss with your eyes closed?
Yeah, I'm not gonna just kiss with my eyes open. That feels kind of weird.
What would you instantly change about yourself if you could?
Oh god, that's pretty hard. I like everything about myself. I don't know, I feel like a pretty amazing person. So, I'd say I would change nothing.
What makes you angry?
Stupid people. When I say stupid people, I mean people that can't really think on their own. People that just, I don't know. I have a long history dealing with stupid people, and it just burns me from the inside.
What motivates you to work hard?
3 things would be family, friends, and time. I want to show my family what I'm able to do. I want to work with my friends and show them what I'm able to do with their support. And time, because it's kind of like what Will Ferrell said, if you're not first, you're last. So for the ideas or whatever you don't do in your life, or that you don't put that much time and effort into, if you don't like do it first, you won't be as noticed, or you won't really gain the limelight, and people won't notice you, and they'll just like flock to everyone else, and then you'll just end up putting it off. Hence the word hustle.
What is your favorite thing about your career?
How broad it is, the creativity, the things I'm able to do, storytelling. There are a lot of things that I can do that I can mush and mash together. A giant melting pot of art.
What makes you laugh the hardest?
Me? Honestly, I think most of the time when I'm laughing at something that I will say, something that I will do, or something that happened in the past with me and my friends that just made all of us start cracking up.
What makes you giggle?
What makes me giggle? That question.
What makes you cry the easiest?
Oh shit, that got deep. Besides onions, I'd say late at night, like when I sometimes have like my anxiety. I think what everyone goes through like no matter how old or like whatever age you are, you have like that anxiety or those like depressive thoughts, and like you start thinking, oh, like what if, and like those thoughts start to get to you. So it's just all that stuff just like starts crumbling down. I think that would make me break down pretty easy.
What do you do to relax?
What do I do to relax? Oh, I would say I draw and write.
What are your 2 pet peeves?
People who lie and people who talk shit. Deep down, I just want to punch the fuck out of them.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I like acting as if I'm an introvert, but in reality, I'm an extrovert. When you're an introvert, I feel as if people try to connect with you a lot more versus an extrovert where it's just, by heart, I'm pretty much an extrovert.
What is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport? I don't watch basketball. So, that's out of the question. My favorite sport, the sport that I've been in, would be soccer.
What was the last concert you went to?
Ooh, Guitar Hero, live, Weezer. So good, so good, so good.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh fuck, my favorite movie. My favorite movie. My favorite movie. My favorite movie. I would say Saw was really good. The movie Identity was really good. Inception, it was good, but I don't know, for some reason it didn't really hit me. Oh, wait, no, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, there we go. Or 500 Days of Summer. Yeah. Oh, those were like coming of age movies. The movies that made you think, movies that showed different perspective. Because in a lot of these, like, a lot of the movies that are shown, like for like romantic comedies, it shows like one perspective. It's just like, yes, this is how it should be. This is how life really is, when in fact, no, there's more to it. There's more depth to the characters. There's more backstory. It's not so black and white. There's more to it than meets the eye.
What's your favorite TV show or online series?
I don't really like American TV. American TV is pretty boring in terms of acting and storytelling. I mean, Lost was okay, but God, so many seasons and it had a pretty lackluster ending. Walking Dead is cool, but I don't know, it doesn't really click with me. Breaking Bad's good, but, well, I'm just gonna say Breaking Bad's good. I'm not gonna say it was bad. I can't say it was bad. I'd say Doctor Who or Misfits. Those are my 2 favorite. Because I think it has like all the vulgarness that American TV doesn't have. It has cursing, sex, a lot more like family-related problems. It's a lot more real than American TV. You see people actually abusing stuff. You see a lot more realistic people. You see a lot more realistic emotions versus here, everything's just watered down to the public to the point where it loses its substance and I just lose all interest and I just watch it to burn time.
What's your favorite color?
Originally, my favorite color was red, but then that was only because I was watching Power Rangers and the red Power Ranger was the leader of the group. That was the main reason why. Afterwards though, I chose blue, because blue's pretty awesome. It's kind of funny though, because then the blue Power Ranger later on became the red Power Ranger, so there's that.
What's your favorite song?
Shit. That's not a song, that's just thought process. My favorite song is Falling in Love by Phantogram. I don't know, it has that, it sounds totally different from the garbage I hear on the radio these days.
What's your favorite food?
Mac and cheese or grilled cheese sandwiches. There has to be cheese in one of the two. I mean, there just has to be cheese. I love love cheese.
What's your favorite season?
My favorite season, fall. And the reason why would be because Christmas and because you know,
say Christmas is in winter, but
Yeah.
because it's fall right now, right? So December and January. Well, December is kind of half fall. Well, would you say December is kind of like fall or no? It's just
it turns winter in November.
okay. Well, it turns mid-November, whatever. I don't care. The reason why I like fall is because of the autumn leaves. It's pretty cool to see them as I'm driving down. Kind of that indie feel to my life. I feel that you'd see in like most movies, where the main character just drives off and like you see like, oh, you know, leaves just falling down. You actually see color. Because here in California, all you just see is either a dried up tree or just greens everywhere.
What's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday, Christmas. Reason being is because not really, like, getting presents is okay, but I like kind of giving presents actually, and just the whole thought of like, you know, not having to deal with school. Hearing Frank Sinatra a lot on the radio is a good vibe. It resonates with me well, because back when I was a kid, we'd listen to like a lot of like old Christmas songs, and you know, it gets me in the mood. Yeah.
What's your favorite quote?
I'll just be my own favorite quote. Why let the world paint you when you can paint yourself? These days, a lot of people worry about stereotypes. They worry about like Korean stereotype, white stereotype, black stereotype, Mexican stereotype, Asian stereotype, and people are always worrying about what other people will think, and that's perfectly fine. Like, yeah, it's perfectly okay to just be like worried about like what other people think, but don't let it affect you to the point where it starts making you change who you are, who you want to be, just like wherever you go or whatever you do, just be yourself, and you know, just don't let anyone change you. Don't let the way society sees your race be the decision or the deciding factor in who you be or who you should play out to be. It doesn't really make sense, because all you're doing is kind of living a lie, and by the end of the day, like 50 years or 60 years from now, when you're in your deathbed, you're gonna be living with regret about who you want to be or who you could be, when you start seeing all those other people doing what they did do and what they did love and became who they wanted to be. So there's that.
Do you sing in the shower?
Yes. Ain't no mountain high.
Show us a random talent that you're normally embarrassed to share.
I can dry cry.
What is your biggest fear?
Right now, I'm kind of at this point where I don't really fear. I'm not saying I'm fearless, because it's good to be afraid of something. Fear is kind of like, I think very strong people need fear. Fear is kind of the big backbone of what pushes you in life. I'd say I fear time. When I say I fear time, I fear the time that I have with my family and friends, and the time that I have with myself. Like, if I were to die right now, a lot of things would change, and I'd start fearing like, oh, like a lot of things like I want to do, a lot of things I want to show my mom, a lot of things I want to show my family, friends. That's the big fear.
How would your friends describe you?
A very nice, funny, mischievous guy that gets into trouble a lot, or trouble just finds him no matter where he goes.
What are your hobbies?
My hobbies are hiking, going to the beach late at night. The reason why I like going to the beach late at night is because there aren't that many people driving around downtown LA late at night, because throughout the day there are so many cars, so much traffic, and it just it gets to the point where a lot of like nerve-wracking things, and you don't really like dealing with that. Versus at nighttime, you just feel the ambience, the whole. Oh, I feel more connected with the city at night because there aren't that many people. Everyone's asleep. There's less confusion. There are a lot more places open. Well, not so much as a lot more places, but a lot of hole-in-the-wall places. And I just feel as though there's more to do at nights because there's nothing really stopping you. No time restrictions or anything.
Do you collect anything?
Across my lifetime, I have collected Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, game consoles just to like have them. Well, now I collect keychains. Keychains my friends give me on their adventures or their travels. And, yeah.
What was your first job?
Painting fences for some old white dude. It was pretty racist. Not against black people though, but more so against Asians. In San Gabriel, so very, very questionable. Very weird man. I hated him. I never got back my last paycheck.
How many languages do you speak?
Oh, one. I know English, yeah, bam. I know a little bit of Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿De dónde está queso? Pretty skilled. And I know French too. Oui. That's it.
Where is the strangest place you have peed?
So there was this one night, I think it was like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. It was back in middle school, so yeah, there was a curfew. And I was a good 2 or 3 miles away from my house. I was trying to make it back while not getting caught by the cops. Because if my butt was to get caught by the cops, they would take me home and I'd get in big trouble. But the thing is I needed to use the restroom really, really bad. I took a piss behind the police station. And then I ran off with my friends, and that's the end of that story. Yeah.
What's the most embarrassing thing your parents have ever caught you doing?
It would be the first time I used a blender and I didn't leave the top on. So they're on the way back and there was nothing in the fridge except we had fruit. So what I did was I put everything in. It wasn't that much to fill to the top, so I was like, okay, so since there's not that much and I can't find the lid, I'll just start it right now. Little did I know that everything actually ended up coming out and splattering on me, and I had to clean up the whole place, and my parents saw and then they started laughing.
If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Seattle. Seattle has this vibe, this thing, this attraction. It just has like this very homey feeling that it just resonates with me pretty well.
You just found out you have $1 million. What's the first thing you would buy?
If I were to gain $1 million out of nowhere, no tax included, what I would do with that $1 million would be to buy me, my friends, and my family all plane tickets to Egypt. The reason being Egypt is, well, for no particular reason. Well, except for there being pyramids, and I think it'd be a pretty cool experience to just climb the top of the pyramids. Just walk to the top of the pyramids. I mean, you can pretty much go to Japan, you can go to Australia, you can do a lot of things, but Egypt is like one of those wonders of the world that not everyone has seen, it's one of those old wonders of the world. It's still a thing, but then not that many people really talk about it or just notice it as much as they used to back in the day, so it would be pretty cool.
If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be?
It would be hiking.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Grilled cheese sandwich, right there. I love grilled cheese sandwiches. Especially paninis. Paninis. Yeah, paninis, yeah. I think that's how you say it.
Would you rather ride a bike, ride a horse, or drive a car?
Riding a bike would be okay. Riding a horse, I'd look majestic as fuck. Being in a car, it'd be okay. I'd say a horse, because not everyone has a horse. And I could just gallop across or gallop in between traffic.
What regular or famous person would you want to be stranded with on a desert island?
This is between Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey, or Matthew McConaughey. I would say Matthew McConaughey, because he seems so inspirational of his quotes of knowledge, of life, of Lincoln's. Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey, not Matthew McConaughey. Okay.
If money was not an issue, what would you do all day?
Make movies nonstop. The movies I want to show. Coming of age movies. Movies that really hit home. Movies that show the reality of life versus just slapstick comedy 24/7. Or just really watered down material. It'd be stuff that actually resonates with people. Real issues. Real things. Real news. Real opinions. Yeah.
If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to?
I would travel back to 2005 or 2006, which was back when I first started high school. I'd probably skip high school and just go straight to college. To me, high school was the biggest waste. Oh, there was like so much drama in high school, and I just could have like learned a lot more if I had just jumped straight to college, if that were possible.
If you were ruler of your own country, what would be the first law you would introduce?
A grilled cheese sandwich a day. That'd make people happy.
If you could choose to stay a certain age forever, what age would it be?
I would pick my age currently, which is 23, because it's a sort of middle ground. At 25, a lot of people have like that midlife crisis, and at 21, people are barely drinking. So right now I'm like at the perfect middle ground. Yeah.
If you were immortal for a day, what would you do?
Immortal? Oh fuck! If I was immortal. I try to swim to the bottom of the sea. That way I could actually find out more about our Earth and about the vast unknown.
If you had to change your first name, what would you change it to?
Chase. Chase is an awesome name.
If you could know the answer to any question besides what is the meaning of life, what would it be?
Okay. How do you make a perfect grilled cheese sandwich?
If you could be any fictional character, who would you choose?
Harry fucking Potter. Let's look at it like this. Harry Potter, in a lot of ways, was a jock. Wherever he would go, he basically gained so many points for his house. And the thing that I always found funny was no matter what any of the other houses would do, Gryffindor would always win. And I always felt bad for the other houses because then it was just like, the people that actually had school spirit, that like, they were so happy about winning, they just like get like their dreams crushed by Harry and Dumbledore to the point where it was like pretty funny. So I don't know, if I was Harry, I'd pretty much be the same and just like be like a little jerkish and start like making fun of like the other houses.
Have you ever had surgery?
Yes. I had surgery twice. Once was a dog bite. Second time was back surgery. Both were extremely tough and hard to get over. And they were extremely painful as well. I found out I had scoliosis, so I had to go to the hospital, get my back straightened up, and that pretty much sucked because I was in a hospital bed. Yes, I was treated like a king, but the fact was every time I moved or I wanted to move my back, it'd feel like someone jabbed like 5 or 6 knives and they kept on like moving it up and down every time you try to move. So it was pretty painful, yeah.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
Just getting on my bike and going to downtown downtown South Carolina and just Charleston, South Carolina, and just riding around my bike.
Where was the last place you traveled?
It would be San Francisco with friends.
What did you want to be when you were younger?
A doctor.
What was the first thing you learned how to cook?
Omelets with cheese.
What is the best gift you have ever been given?
It's funny because at an earlier age, I was given quite a lot. Like, even though we didn't like really have that much, my mom would try to provide me with a lot, and my dad would as well. It would be game consoles, games. It was just, in a lot of ways, I like kind of like ponder if I was like spoiled or not with like the stuff I was given. I mean, yeah, I would play it, but then I just wouldn't really like. This really wouldn't catch my attention. I do like games, but it's not to the point where I just like playing games the whole day. So it wouldn't be like a game or game console, but I'd say the best thing I have been given was a letter from my friend. It sounds pretty basic, but the thing about letters is letters really hit close to home. When I say hit close to home, I mean it's just, yeah, like with like technology, you can text, you can email, but then with a letter, it's a pretty old way of just like writing out your feelings, writing out like what you think, and it's just, I feel as though when someone writes a letter, it means so much more than just someone writing a text or an email or just saying it over the phone.
What is the worst gift you have received?
The worst gift I have received would be a burrito. One of my friends, it was basically like a gag gift, and it was a Christmas party, and I opened it up and I saw a 7-Eleven burrito right there. Yeah.
Have you ever worn the same underwear for more than 2 days in a row?
No.
Have you ever shit your pants?
No. No. Oh, no. I was given laxatives once because me and my friends were just messing around with each other, and you know, when you're young, you do some pretty questionable things to the point where you start questioning a lot, or you start questioning your friendship, and we just ended up just kind of poisoning each other with laxatives. Almost shat my pants then, but nope. Other than that, no actual occurrence of me.
What are you currently listening to?
Currently, who I'm listening to is Fantagram, The Black Keys, 21 Pilots, and Weezer.
What are 5 things you do every single day?
Eat, sleep, drink, run, and play basketball.
Aside from necessities, what one thing could you not go a day without?
I would say reading. I like to read a lot. That's what I do. That's literally the last thing I do before I go to sleep. I read.
How long does it take for you to get ready in the morning?
If we're including a shower, probably like 45 minutes to an hour.
What kitchen appliances do you use every day?
The fridge and the microwave.
What's one item you always have in your fridge?
We have sriracha sauce at my house, and that's the one thing that's always been in there. And I use that, and my mom uses that for pretty much anything we eat, including the chicken or French fries. Yeah.
What sound do you love?
I love the sound of laughter.
Do you want children one day?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you want to be married one day?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself looking at myself in the mirror with a cone of Rite Aid, Thrifty's ice cream, strawberry cheesecake, smiling and being happy. Yeah.
What is one thing you will never do again?
I guess I'll never give up on someone. There was a point where I did give up on someone, and it was a very life-changing experience for me. And from that, I took a lot home. If there's someone like you want that you're arguing with, obviously you're arguing with them because you care about them, not because you hate them or despise them, and not because you don't want them in your life. So yeah, from that I just learned how much like some people meant to me, and some arguments actually worth having or going through, because it just shows, it not only shows them, but it also shows me how much I care about them and how much that person means to me by the end of the day.
What's one thing you'll never stop doing?
Never stop being me. Never stop being happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now you guys have gotten to know a little bit more about me. And the next person I shall be tagging is Gio. Yeah. If you guys like the video, which you guys probably will, then give it a like. And if you guys want to see more videos, then look right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Pointing to my left, which will be on your right. So, right there.